Okay, great, great. Good evening, all. Welcome. Glad to see everybody back from summer vacation and ready to get started. We have a lot of new members that have joined us this session. Welcome to you. For those who are visiting and don't know, my name is Victor Edwards. I have the pleasure and honor of being the chair of the board here at Community Board 9. Well, took you long enough. Anyway, I'd like to call a meeting to order at 6:51. Thank you. And a motion to adopt the agenda would be in order. Moved by Walter, second by Deidre. And a motion to adopt the minutes.
So,
And any corrections that might be necessary. Are we recording? Okay, great. So our first order of business, roll call. First Vice Chair, please.
thank you. Thank you. As I call your name, and I'm still trying to get to know the faces with the names, I'm going to ask you to raise your hand. Thank you. Walter Alexander. April Adams. Gregory Brito. Patricia Caldwell. Cameron Clark. Felipe Castillo.
He's on his way.
Okay. Vanessa Kaufman. You're welcome. I practiced that one. Okay. Gretchen Connelly.
Connolly, right?
Connelly? Connelly? I'll get it. Thank you, Gretchen. It does. I'll get it right. Carlton Davis. Dijon DePino. Oh. Merida Dunn. You didn't call Justin Dunn. Because he's not here. Elizabeth Eastman. Victor Edwards.
Present.
Charlotte Fine? Charlotte? Okay. Lydia Gerson. John Martin Green. Michael Gross. Monique Harding Cordero, present. Laquita Henry. Heather Jason. Chris Johnson. Patricia Watler Johnson. Thank you. Milton Justice. Tiago Keel. Christina Maria Lopez. Rhea McDonald. Deirdre McIntosh Brown. Clotilde Magoya. Okay. Okay. Moguya. Okay. Georgette Morgan Tomage. Okay. Lena Nepolnowski. Okay. Salmon Prophet. Teresa Cole Ragnan. Janara Ramirez. Janira, did I say that correctly? Okay, and she's not up there, right? All right, David Ratner. Mateen Sarsi. Veronica Savage. Jordan Shear. Shantae Stiles, Francina Waring, Shanika Wilson. Okay, it looks like we have quorum.
Thank you.
You didn't call my name, Theodore Kovalev.
Apologies. Apologies, Ted, you're absolutely right. Ted Kovaloff.
Here.
Okay, all right. Alana Mercado. Okay, thank you.
So we have quorum?
Yes.
Alrighty. Alrighty. One thing I want to stress is to returning members and new members, attendance is extremely important. As you can hear, there's a lot of people missing. Even at our orientation, we only had 10 out of 18 people. That's not good in my book. You want to be on this board. I read the resumes, they're fantastic, but if you're not here, it doesn't count. All right? There's times when you'll be excused and you might be virtual, but we need you here in present to do the work. I can't stress that enough. We are changing how we look at attendance. Normally we review it once a year in April. We're going to review it quarterly. And read the bylaws. If you're not here, if you're excused many times, we will have to remove you. We need a full body to do the work. We have a lot of work to do here in Board 9, whether it's housing, health, employment, education. We need all hands on deck. So I don't want to have to say that too much, but I get a little annoyed when I hear names called and they're not here. So that means the work has to be done by a few instead of being spread out amongst many, okay? So thank you there. Our first presentation this evening will be an update from Department of Sanitation on the pilot program, containerization program that we were the pilot in the entire city. Now I know it's going to spread to Brooklyn, I saw recently, and it's a good thing. So, Jonathan, it's all yours. Just turn it on.
Test. Hey. So we do have a presentation that most of you, except for the new members, welcome, have seen many times before. We're having a little technical difficulties, but I'll just go through some of the big picture updates. So as many of you know, Manhattan Community District 9 is the first neighborhood in the city to be fully containerized. And we really appreciate all the partnership that we've had with this board over the past 2 years. And I know that many of you have seen what was supposed to be the presentation enough that you could probably recite it yourselves by now. So I'll just go over some of the top lines. We worked really closely with this board to make sure that containerization was phased in over a series of months. So first we set out, we changed the set out times for the entire city, pushed that back later. We also made some major efforts across the city to make sure that we were collecting more trash at the 12 p.m. shift or 12 a.m. shift so that it was not sitting out as late as possible. Then we containerized the businesses. Then we containerized 1 to 9 units. And that's how we got to where we are today, the pilot in M9. So in M9, we started with the shared pilot. 14 schools and 10 blocks had shared containers on those streets. And we took a lot of the feedback that came directly from residents and members of this board on how we then will implement the efforts, hopefully citywide. So back in April, we started installing what we call Empire bins. Those are the bins that you see regularly throughout the district. Those are, thanks to the feedback from the board, assigned to specific buildings. Only the building has access to that through key cards, and they are locked and assigned specifically to those folks. Ooh, the presentation's coming. With some of the other feedback that we heard is that we wanted to have multiple sizes so that it wasn't just large containers. So because of that, we decided that 31 plus unit buildings, they're the ones who automatically get containers. And then 10 to 30 units actually had a choice. They were able to choose between using individual bins or receiving an Empire bin. You can go through, I'll tell you when to stop. You can go back one. Sorry. All right. So and I'm happy to share this version. It's very similar to what you've seen before, but we can definitely share it so that you can review it afterwards as well.
Miss Prince, the circle, the square in the middle, there's an X.
Perfect. Okay. So the bins had buildings that had 10 to 30 units. They were able to choose if they wanted to use individual bins or Empire bins. And this is something that we actually expanded now to Community District 2. We have, since the installation in June, now announced just this week that Community District 2 is going to be the second neighborhood in the city. We're starting there just with schools. It's going to be a limited number of schools. We haven't exactly figured out how many and which schools they will be, but they're going to be in the Fort Greene and Clinton Hill neighborhoods. And then later next year, we're actually going to expand, just like we did here, to all schools in the district and then all buildings of higher density. So just like it is here, buildings with 10 to 30 residential units are going to have a choice of if they want to use individual bins or opt in for an Empire bin. And the 31 pluses are automatically going to be assigned an Empire bin because we wanted to make sure that we are keeping the consistency between the two community boards. Go to the next one. So this just explains what Empire bins are. Everyone here should be fairly familiar with them. They're assigned to specific buildings. They are open only with a key card lock, and they're serviced by side loading trucks. That's one of the reasons why we are not rolling out specifically to the entire city immediately, because we do need to have enough bins, and we want to make sure that we have enough side loading trucks, because these are the first of their kind in our country to be used. And overall, the bins themselves can hold 4 cubic yards of waste. It's about 25 large trash bags. Go to the next one. This is less important just because they are already installed here, but no parking signs were assigned 3 to 5 days beforehand. Their collection schedule did not change. The recycling, composting rules, those are the same as they always have been. And during the pilot, there is no cost for the bins whatsoever. Go to the next one. This is really important. Just do want to reiterate, please do not double park near the bins. It makes it really hard for us to service them. So we are asking that you leave 4 car lengths free on either side of the bins so that we are able to service them. That does not mean that the parking spot, if it's a legal parking spot, please continue to use them as long as they're outside the little white bumpers. But double parking specifically, we need to be able to service the bins, and we are issuing tickets as necessary. How to use them, I mentioned this before. Each building gets multiple cards. We're trying to give out 3 to 5 per building. They're only for building staff. It's not for residents. We just want to keep it so that the people that are already managing the waste continue to do so. And anyone that's had issues with that, they could just request replacement cards online through our form. Go to the next. This is what it looks like. We also have a handy video online. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say this, we are thinking about trying to utilize a phone app. So that could be something that we roll out in the future, but it's not ready yet. Right now it is still cards. And sorry, sanitation people, if I'm not supposed to talk about that yet. Next. All right. Cleaning and maintaining, this is something that comes up a lot. We are responsible for cleaning and maintaining the bin itself. We have a vendor that is assigned to do it quarterly. We've been trying to do that as much as possible. You can report any issues through our online forum. You can also direct them to the community board or to me as well. We want to make sure that those are addressed as quickly as possible. But property owners are responsible for cleaning 18 inches around The bin itself, it's essentially the same rule that you would have for the curb line, but we do want to just extend it to around the bin itself so that it continues to stay clean. Next one. And then this is just a reminder for any properties that have 1 to 9 units or 10 to 30 that are using individual bins. They are required. This is the first district to be fully containerized, and that only works if you are using the individual bins yourself. Do not use your neighbor's Empire bins. Do not dump trash around your neighbor's Empire bins. Please use those individual bins and make sure that you have enough to actually contain all the waste that you regularly set out. And then storing, get a lot of questions, but just make sure that you store them within 3 feet of the building line if you're doing it outside or inside, rear yard, any of that's fine. And you can chain them up when they're against your building, but just don't chain them up at the curb because then we can't service them. The frequently asked questions, will my collection schedule change? No. Where do I put large items? On the curb, but don't block the bin itself. How much trash? It's 25 large bags. The other ones, it's pretty much just filling out the form if you have any issues. But again, you can always contact the board or reach out to outreach@dsny.nyc.gov or email me directly. Both of those go to me. And I think that's it for our updates. That we really, really do appreciate that. The board member just said that the building staff appreciates it. We have been hearing that a lot, particularly from building staff, just because, again, they can put the trash out at any time. They no longer have to wait till 8 p.m. It frees up space in the building because they no longer have to keep the trash inside the building. They can bring it out immediately. And it overall has just improved quality of life for supers, at least. That's definitely something we've heard.
Sydney?
Buildings 1 to 9 interested in the Empire bins. I heard maybe rumors that that's being thought as an option in the future, where they have cars going through each home and use an Empire bin.
Yeah, so the question was about shared containers for specific blocks. So that is something that we've heard a lot of interest in. I think the major difficulties are just that we want to make sure that we're able to enforce issues around cleanliness. That was one of the big things that we learned from the shared pilot of if they are shared, then how do you assign fines if someone isn't properly using it? So that's something that we would have to figure out. And then also the placement themselves, just because a block agrees that they want one for the block, there could be difficulties of like particular folks not wanting the Empire bin directly in front of their home. So those are things that we are considering, but the interest is certainly there. So yes, and they would continue to be locked. That would be critical.
John Martin?
Mine is not so much a question as a report. The blocks 145th Street and 146th Streets between Amsterdam and Broadway is Rap City.
Oh, yeah,
Even
you know
yet.
that.
Once the sun goes down, their parties like it's 1999.
Okay, I'm just noting that down, 145th, 146th, Amsterdam, Broadway. Okay, we'll definitely, and please, if there are areas that need particular enforcement or education, let Victor know. He's already let me know multiple times about specific blocks, and or again, you can reach out to me directly. We're happy to send out staff. We had staff in the field, both from the BPA side and from the local district, to talk to building owners, residents, and constituents, and issue warnings as necessary. So. So that was just another question about or a specific rat sighting. And again, unfortunately, we don't do the rat mitigation itself. Those should go to the Department of Health. But if you see something trash related, that's where we can take action. I will pass that along to my colleagues at the Department of Health, but I would encourage the board or you to also reach out to them directly with those kind of.
Is a hand in the back? Yes.
I just want to say, I love being on my street, big kind of fun. I like trying to see how fast the recreation right now, and they get like faster and faster, like they're cruising down the street. But I was just curious if there was a plan to replace either with the same or with a different material of all the broken white flex posts.
I don't know of a current plan, but thank you for flagging, and I'll find out what the plan is. I did hear from another board member that, yes, they are regularly getting either parked over, parked on, smashed. So we will definitely make an effort to replace some of those.
Just wanted to raise another quality of life issue for the supers. They've gone from dragging the garbage to the street to now having to lift them to get into these bins. I think that's like a 2 to 3 foot lift. I've heard the elder super saying that's like physically really challenging. So just wondering if there's conversation or support for now the lifting of these heavy trash bags have to be put in the bins and something can be done. They have to put their foot on the pedal, sort of a juggling act, and lift these heavy, heavy bags. A lot of the supers on my block are seniors, so just wondering if we can do something to address the quality of life issue.
That's the first I'm hearing of it, but it is something we will consider. I mean, it's something that we definitely heard in the first phase of the pilot, which is why we added in the pedal and we added in another handle that can open it in multiple ways. So that's something that, as part of the pilot, we can definitely look into as we expand to further districts. But I don't have a specific answer for that now.
Shanika?
No, it's the exact same. We're skipping the shared container pilot aspect that we use for the 10 blocks. So we're not doing that just because we heard and learned loud and clear that that was not the way forward. But they are getting an exact model of what is taking place right now.
Okay, so it won't look like our, so now it will be the Empire Bill of Fins for the larger, okay.
Correct. We're going right to the Empire bins for this next district.
Another question, Tiffany?
Correct. Those two have been purchased. Thank you for the feedback. What I will say is that I cannot speak to if the containers will be free in perpetuity. The Empire bins are free in perpetuity. There's actually a bill in the City Council right now that would require a fee associated with those. It hasn't passed, but that could be a potential way to make sure that the program is funded if it were to expand citywide. That's just something that the City Council has to work through specifically. In terms of the smaller containers themselves, I do just want to make sure that folks know that for 1 to 2 unit homes, residential unit homes, buildings, it was announced today that they can get a rebate for the bin that they purchased. So if you purchased a bin and you are eligible and you are enrolled in the STAR or E-STAR program, and you have already purchased a bin, an NYC bin, through the vendor directly, so that's bins.nyc or by calling the phone number, you're gonna automatically get a check of $59.30. You're automatically getting those. It's only for 1 to 2 like single or dual family homes. that are enrolled in STAR. That, again, this is a city council law that was passed. That's why this is happening. So those checks will be going out in October. If you haven't already purchased a bin, when you do purchase one, you will get a check within 30 days automatically. The only discrepancy is just if you ordered or purchased one through Home Depot, you'll have to go online and just show a proof of purchase that you got one at Home Depot, and then you'll get a $59 check as well. Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of feedback on who should qualify or who should get the bin, but ultimately it was the bill passed by City Council, and so this is the decision moving forward.
Heather?
Yes, there was another request for a lock on those, which we have heard from the board and from others. We've definitely been looking into it.
Great. Thank you, Jonathan. We'll end there. Thank you very much. Appreciate
Great.
it.
Thanks, everyone.
All righty. Okay, moving on. Next item on the agenda is the chair's report. It's in your packet. I'll go through it myself as well. All right. The first item was the orientation we had this past Monday, September 15th. It was great, a lot of interaction. We had an icebreaker led by our second vice chair, John Martin Green. Thank you, John. That was really good, got people going, a lot of exchange and great ideas. So keep it up, keep putting yourselves out there and letting your voice be heard. I really appreciated that. Also, myself, first vice chair, second vice chair, have attended some of the first meetings for this session, and we were very pleased with the participation that we've seen. I think it's great, a great way to start. Like I said, I've read all the resumes, some great people on board, and you're coming forward and speaking your ideas and making it happen. So let's continue that as well. 1727 Amsterdam. As many of you know, that's an ongoing project, and we've been helped by our public members that are here this evening, Liz, Sydney, and Barry. Thank you for that help. I really appreciate it. We are trying to make sure that that building suits the community and not just those who are developing it. That means affordable housing. That means not an overabundance of supportive housing that is not really supported by the number of people there versus the number of counselors that are put in the building. So we are really staying on top of that, and thank everyone, Mateen and David as well, for your help, and all those who have helped on that. Really appreciated that. We will be having a town hall sometime soon, so people in the community can speak out about that as well, and try to follow this as closely as possible to adhere to the guidelines of the Euler process. All right, so we will talk about this quite extensively going forward. New York City Planning Fellowship Program, we had 2 ideas presented by the Housing Committee about things that would help the community identify affordable housing, what's available. We're looking at some health issues as well. The submission is actually this week, so we should have something in plan. And those are 2 of the big items in the community. Well, 2 of many, but those are the ones we're looking at. Housing in particular and health are some of the ones that really affect this community. So I'm looking forward to having a fellow work with us. As you might have noted, office telephones are down at the moment. It's a process because the system is entirely dead, for lack of a better word. So we need an entire new system, so we're working on that, trying to get that. In the interim, we are exploring obtaining a cell phone for the office. So if we get that, hopefully we will shortly, we'll put that number out there. If people ask you to go to the website, there's a message about the phone system being down. They can email. Some people have my number as well, and I'll surely answer many questions that come forward. But hopefully this will be solved soon. Get a kick out of that, huh? Okay. What else? There's a flyer up front about a health fair next Saturday, the 27th, at Riverbank State Park. We'll send it out again, the people know. And if there's anyone that is willing to table for that event, please let me know so we can get a table there that represents CB9. That would be a great idea. So let me know if someone is interested in doing that. Appreciate that. Also, on October 4th, there will be a street co-naming for Bill Perkins, former assemblyman, state senator. I will have a flyer sent out. That'll be October 4th, 110th Street and Fifth Avenue at, I don't have the exact time, but I'll send it out later this week, okay? I think that's health fair. Oh, this applies to committee chairs in particular. Public members. I've sat in on 2 committees and great public members have come forward. What I want to do is make sure that we document this. So if we have public members, make sure they fill out the paperwork, follow the guidelines so we know who they are going forward. So in your next meetings, you have public members, let's get the paperwork to them so we can have that filled out and we have on record. I don't want people just show up and say I'm a public member and they're not. There's certain guidelines we have to adhere to, and I've seen some great public members that would make great members of this board. So let's just document that, okay? Lastly, you will see in the chair's report on the back, there's a flyer. I had the pleasure of attending the unveiling of this flyer. It's across from the old board office. It was done by local young people, and it depicts many of the heroes of the Harlem community. Also gives homage to a young man who was just recently shot and killed at Manhattanville houses. And also there's a picture of a young person being pulled in one direction by the gangs and the other direction by the educators in the community. I thought it was very poignant that was there. So if you get a chance, take a look at it. We are thinking of having them do a mural on the gates for the board office as well. It's young people who have turned their lives around and now are participating in things in the community. So take a look when you get a chance. All right? That would be good, right? And that's my report. Any questions on anything that I have announced? Yes, sir. In person would be preferable, but you can attend in Zoom as well, all right?
General request that if a public member application is declined, some guidance on the best way to
I don't have a direct answer, but what's declined, we can discuss if the person's declined, okay? Right. Okay, moving on, we'll go to David. Well, you will know who your public members are because going forward, everyone that's a public member will have to fill out an application.
So if they come to the meeting and say that they're a public member, you will let them know that they have to renew their application. You will have the application to give to them. We will then review it with you and the appropriate other committee chairs.
You do. I mean, you have probably the most public members, and great public members at that. It won't. It won't. We just want to have it documented, so we know and you know who they are, that's all. We won't change how that works. Yes, we will. Sydney?
That's what I was saying.
Right.
We're gonna renew it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Heather. Right. So that's why I'm starting this now. Going forward, we'll get all the applications, we'll discuss it with the co-chairs, and then we'll move forward from there. Sure. Yes.
David seems concerned, but having a public member helps them as well. If they want to join the board later, they can refer to this and their name may be in some documents when you go doing your attendance or form or what have you. So that is a good step for them as well, to kind of get their feedback and maybe move on. But if they don't have any representative here, then it's just their word versus nothing.
Thank you for that. Yes, last question. Will do. Yes, will do. Okay. Thank you. Moving on to the treasurer's report.
Thank you, Chair. Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you had a great summer. The treasurer's report is in your packet. If you'll review it, you'll see that the items there are supplies, administrative, for the administrative office, as well as the allocations for our discretionary funds, and you can just see on the uncommitted balance. As a note, we are currently in the budget consultations are underway. They started on Friday, September 12th, followed by September 25th, and conclude on Friday, October 3rd, after which we're going to schedule our public hearing on the FY27 district needs statement and the prioritization of our budget requests. The FY26 statements have been sent out to all board members. We are requesting that committee co-chairs, for your review, but we're requesting that committee co-chairs begin to discuss the FY27 district needs, budget requests for their respective committees, okay? Thank you, that's my report.
Thank you, Treasurer. Just to make a note, in the same vein as in the treasurer's report, going forward, if you expend any funds for your committees, there will be a form to fill out for reimbursement, which will be signed by the treasurer and district manager saying you received the funds, and then we'll have that for our reports. I'm just trying to make that a little bit tighter going forward, all right? All righty, district manager's report.
Good evening, everyone. I want to welcome everyone back from the summer. I hope you had a great summer. I did. Thank you. In addition to my report, I have a few announcements about upcoming events that will be taking place in and around the district, starting with DOHMH, that's Department of Health and Mental Hygiene. They will be hosting a Harlem Community Resource Fair on Monday, the 22nd, from noon to 5 p.m. at 3238 Fifth Avenue. Acting Commissioner Dr. Marsh will be on-site from 12:30 to 1:30. They will also have ID NYC sign-up, community partners providing flu shots on-site, job recruitment, and a wealth of other information will be shared. The actual flyer is on the information table. If you could take a few and share it with your neighbors and other constituents. Also, the 56th Annual African American Day Parade will take place on Sunday, the 21st. It looks like the Grand Marshals are Dr. Tony Allen and Sandra Bookman. She's the news anchor for Channel 5. So the flyer is on the table also. Oh, she's sorry. She's ABC, Sandra Bookman. I'm sorry. Okay. I don't want to be removed, okay. Moving forward, in the heart of Harlem, Harlem Roots and Rhythm Urban Dance Festival will be held at the Denny Farrell Riverbank State Park, and that will take place, I believe, this Saturday and Sunday, the 20th and 21st from 5 to 9 p.m. Flyers on the table in the back, as well as the health fair that the chair mentioned that will take place on the 27th. If anyone is interested in tabling, I will join them. Veronica, I would love to see you at the tabling. And Annette Robinson, I know you're online. I would love to see you there as well. I will be there. And the health fair. That concludes my report. If anyone has questions, I'm available. Yes. It's from 10 to 3, so I would like to get there around 9:30. Yes.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Okay. West Harlem Development Corp. report from the Honorable Patricia Watler Johnson. It's a little tall for you. Turn the mic on.
Microphone check, 1, 2. I said a hip hop. Can you hear me now? Okay, good. All right, we're back. Okay. Happy Hispanic Heritage Month, and good evening, everyone. For those of you who are new, I am one of 2 representatives to the West Harlem Development Corporate Board. I'm one representative, Barry Weinberg is the other, and we represent CB9 on that board. So I'm doing a report, which those of you who are members, you have it in your packages, and I will proceed. WHTC issued a statement acknowledging the passing of Mr. Lloyd Williams. Mr. Williams was the president of the Greater Harlem Chamber of Commerce and the CEO of Harlem Week. He passed away on August 5th at the age of 80 years old. He was a dynamic person, and he died during Harlem Week, which was interesting, but he stayed around long enough to make sure it was successful as it was. So we give props to, WHTC gives props to Mr. Williams, and may he rest in peace. The board of directors met twice during the summer, once on June 25th and on August 6th. The next meeting will take place on Saturday, September 20th. There was a new board member outreach that was publicized last year, and the board voted to appoint CB9 member and former board chair, the Honorable Reverend Georgette Morgan Thomas, to the board during the June 25th meeting. It's good. She previously served on the board as one of 2 CB9 representatives until October 2024. I congratulate her, and I hope we all do the same. The community benefit grants, there will be updates provided during the September 20th meeting. So by that, after that, I'll have more information to present to you as to who the grantees were and everything else. The teen program, the paid internships. At the last meeting, the executive director, Ziad Ramadan, indicated that it was a success, and I have more information about that later. WHDC hired a new employee, Mr. Fredson Sosave, who is the new special projects coordinator. You can feel free to visit the WHDC. Oh, yay. You can visit the website to get more information. Our board chair, Victor Edwards, extended an invite to the executive director, Ziad Ramadan, to attend the October 9th executive committee meeting. So we're looking forward to that as well. And also in honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, I want to offer congratulations to board member Angela Fernandez, the attorney Angela Fernandez. She has a new position as the executive director of the Lawyers Alliance. Prior to that, she was the executive director of the Safe Passage Project. Her background also includes previously serving as executive director and supervising attorney of the Northern Manhattan Coalition for Immigrant Rights, the New York State Commissioner for the Division of Human Rights, and she also served on the NYC Civilian Complaint Review Board. She has a bachelor's degree from Boston University and her JD from the Columbia University School of Law. And she also has served as executive director, president rather, of the Dominican Day Parade. So we congratulate her on this achievement. And also we would like to congratulate Reverend Morgan Thomas, who was profiled on CBS News and the Fox News Philadelphia A Good Day Uncut show. Reverend Morgan Thomas, as she's one of our board members, she's the owner of American Hats. And when she retired from God at Riverside, thank you, she bought a hat company and a hat factory, and for the past 10 years has been operating it back and forth to CB9, back and forth to between Philadelphia and here. So we just want to congratulate her for her recognition there. During the summer, there were events taking place. WHTC partnered with Councilman Sean Abreu and the area New York City precincts to do back to school giveaways. So where's, okay, 30th Precinct, thank you for your support as well. There was a back-to-school event on Thursday at Old Broadway where the board chair talked about the mural that was there. That was for the 26th Precinct. The 30th Precinct, I'm sorry, the 26th Precinct and Community Board 9 sponsored that, so thank you for that. The 30th Precinct Community Affairs Division had a back-to-school backpack giveaway on Friday, September 5th, and the West Harlem Arts Alliance hosted Connect and Create book bags and brushstrokes on September 7th at the Innovation Triangle. The West Harlem Older Adult Alliance, where's my WOA members at? Woo, where are my WOA members? Deirdre? Whoa. We had two events this summer. One was the second annual Randall's Island Picnic and Barbecue on July 30th, and then there was the end of summer trip to the Holiday Hills Resort in Prospect, Connecticut. Both events were wonderful, and we were thankful for the support. The West Harlem Arts Alliance and Dances for a Variable Population is hosting Movement Speaks, an all-together dance workshop for the older adults and families. I think that flyer may be here, but if it's not, we have information on that. That'll be on Wednesday, September 24th at the Innovation Triangle. Ms. Myrna Majors is going to be the facilitator, and that will be great. WHAA is also celebrating Beyond This Moment. This is going to be their wrap-up celebration at the West Harlem Innovation Triangle on Thursday, September 25th at 5 p.m. at the Tasty Lab building. And this will be an event that has performances, networking, and sharing new initiatives, et cetera. The Bowen Center Community Health Fair is being held, I believe that was announced earlier, at Denny Farrell Riverbank State Park on September 27th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. The Gatekeepers Collective, under the leadership of Dr. John Martin Green and our second vice president, is also having Learning to Love, stage readings of new one-act plays that will be done on Friday, October 3rd and Saturday, October 4th. And almost finally, farewell to the Uptown Night Market. Say goodbye to the Uptown Night Market. This is going to be the last, I thought it was one event, but it's going to be 2 events. The last one will be on October 9th, Thursday, and another one on October 30th. And that will be, the final events will take then. If you want information about that, visit the website for more information. Are there any questions? Yes?
Sent an email today about the upcoming senior talent show, which is going to be at the Palace Theater.
Yes.
It's going to be on October 16th from 10 to about 3-ish. Seniors get up there and do what they want to do. I missed it last year. I'm not going to sing it. I know. So it's free. Come out to support the seniors in the area. We need to spread this too.
Yes, we will.
You have a flyer? Is there?
Yeah, we just got the
Okay.
email today.
Okay.
But what I can tell you, if Walter, if you don't mind adding, what I can tell you is that they're asking everyone to register. And it's going to be at the United Palace. And those of you who are old enough to remember, that was Reverend Ike's church. Okay, there you go. Thank you. Not many knew that. That's okay. That's okay. Francina? I can't hear you. I'm sorry. Okay.
Great.
Yes.
Great.
Okay, did everyone hear that?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Deirdre?
Thank you.
Just to let you all know, Woe is asking, for CB9 members that may be participating in this event to make it known. And secondly, that it's online and there are 3,000 seats, so it's free, so register as quickly as you can.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Patricia.
And thank you for everyone. Have a great evening.
You as well. Next up, I wanted to call on our local 26.
Ted Kovalev, trying to get through.
You have a question, Ted?
Yes,
What
I
is it?
just wanted to make certain that the plans did not close the program forever, but
Which program?
it would be the night market. I just wanted to make sure that they would be open again this coming year.
Okay, as far as I know, that's uncertain at this time. From what I heard originally, they were closing. I can try and get more information from the director of that organization. I'll let you know.
Because it was so wonderful for our community, and I just don't want to see that vanish.
I agree with you 100%. I was there the last 2 times, and it was great. And there was some mention of it closing permanently, but I'll find out for sure.
And I know I can count on you getting back to me. Thank you.
Yes, you can. Okay. Right. I don't. Yeah, I heard that as well. Well, I'll try and get more information from the owners. Great. Detective Lewis? Is that Mike? 26 Precinct, Detective Lewis, thank you.
Hi, good evening, everyone. We just wanted to give a quick recap of the backpack giveaway that we paired with Community Board 9 and West Harlem Development Corporation. We just want to thank you guys again for the teamwork that we did that day. We was able to give away over 500 book bags to, thank you, to kids in the neighborhood, filled with variety of supplies from markers, crayons, pencils, pens, notebooks, paper, binders, everything. We want to give a big thank you for that, and also in collaboration with Columbia University, they was able to work together, and all of us was able to come together to provide these resources to individuals in the community. So that was like a really big deal for us, and we just want to thank you guys for your support every year in regards to this. Also, we wanted to also say, along with the 3-0 precinct, that we are included in the quality of life team rollout, which is great. Yes, 2 6%. So we will have 2 quality of life teams. We will set up at a future date where they can come introduce themselves along with their bosses in the days to come. We will have 2 teams that will be working. Team 1 will be 10 to 6, and they will be off on Sundays and Mondays. And then we have a nighttime team, which starts from 4 to 12 a.m. They will be working with off days of Friday and Saturday. So we just wanted to let you guys know that even if you can't get in contact with like local team members, it might not be just like community affairs. You will also have their contact information. We'll share that as well to at the last meeting. I know that Ms. Prince, we gave you their information, but we'll also distribute it out to you guys so you understand within the confines of the 26th precinct, the quality of life members that will be working to address those 311 complaints. But not necessarily only 311 complaints, anything that's small that you guys can see it as possibly becoming a problem, because we don't want to just address things while they're happening. We want to prevent it beforehand. So if there's anything from small, like I know sometimes we get questions about pedestrian walkways, ramps, things of those nature, to major, let's say 311 complaints such as noise complaints, parties, unauthorized use of spaces, those things we want to be very aware of. And obviously you guys are in the community, you guys are our members, you might see it before us. So we just want to make sure that you guys also have our contact information from the 26th precinct, along with our quality of life members, so that we can aid in preventing those things from happening, or offer you guys a line of support that not necessarily may be a 911 issue, but it's still an issue within our community. Because I know sometimes it's the border of what we try to maintain, where they're like, I'm not really sure if this is a police-related matter, but you know what? We have liaison with so many different other city agencies that we would love to be one of the outlets that you guys use. I will be willing to give my cell phone number to anyone that's here. If you guys want to take it down, my cell phone number is going to be 917-679-7113, and I'm Detective Lewis from the 26th Precinct Community Affairs. Yeah, sure. It's going to be.
We at executive committee meeting last week, we had a wonderful presentation by the quality of life.
Yes, Sergeant Lynn.
Yes. Yes.
Sergeant Lynn.
That was for the 3-0.
It was Captain Rose and the quality of life team from the 30th precinct made a presentation. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Chair, they told us to access quality of life through 311. But you're giving us your number? We like you better.
Listen, I believe in direct contact. I believe in, sometimes even though the QR code, which is great that he mentioned, the QR code to access 311 is a great tool. I don't want to downplay that tool. But however, sometimes you never know the delay. You never know a delay. So there's nothing wrong with calling the precinct directly. There's nothing wrong with calling me directly. Or any of our, as we have, the last meeting that we had, we gave Sergeant Lynn and all of the Q team's name and phone numbers in that meeting as well. So maybe we can propose an email for the 26th precinct, so you guys have the sergeant and the quality of life officers information as well that works within a specific sector. Because the 26th precinct is broken down into Adam, Boy, and Charlie, and we have quality of life members that will address each sector of patrol. So you guys will have that information readily available to you guys, along with the QR codes. We don't want to play that.
I'm almost old enough to remember when policemen walked out into the streets. And they introduced themselves to people living there, and the storekeepers. I don't see that anymore. They don't come out of the cars. And of course, you're relying on us to tell you things, but I think it's important to establish relationships
go, ma'am. Here.
I don't know, maybe this is a bigger issue, we take it up to the councilman. I don't know if, I don't mean to impugn anything that you're trying to do, but it has been brought up that policemen are in the cars and they don't come out to introduce themselves to the community. I actually hardly remember that, but it certainly hasn't been a factor in my existence in Manhattan, which I've lived in all my life. So that relying on us is one thing, but I think it's very important that you guys get out of the cars. Now, I understand there's a danger with that, and that needs to be addressed. But I do often see policemen I've never seen before. I don't know who they are, and they're on the phones a lot too. So I think this is something that we should address in terms of more than the quality of life, but having a relationship with the people in the neighborhood. And I just don't see that. So I just thought I'd bring that up, and I think it's a bigger issue.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you have oh, where do you live? I'm sorry. Cathedral Parkway one. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
I haven't seen policemen on the streets.
Yeah.
I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
So
No, definitely. I'm sorry, unfortunately, that's been like your experience, and obviously we want to do everything. Yeah. Yeah. Right.
So with the Q teams, we can start some
Yes.
type of relationship like
Correct.
Lydia is
Yes,
talking
that's what-
about to
So
introduce
definitely,
themselves.
I think, right. So I think definitely that's where we come into contact where we would love to share the contact numbers directly, our cell phones, because obviously a lot of the, let's say, department or wide policies involve our cell phones, that we use it to be able to either look up locations or be able to access the 311, the QR code, stuff like that. We do use it. Correct. So that's where we would love to start building those type of relations, especially using the resource of the quality of life team. So we would love to establish that and then reach out by via like email, cell phone, to be able to set up those meetings. Even if it's a small meeting, small meetings to big meetings, we love to take them. We love to engage. Especially I can talk for the 26th precinct. We love that engagement to be able to speak with our local members. It does, for me, even if it's a phone call, Zoom call, or in-person meeting, we don't mind. And we would love to build that relation. So if it is where, I would love to, after this meeting, maybe take your number and we can set it up. So at least you can know the patrolmen in your area and also know the community affairs officers for.
All right, thank you.
No, I understand.
We should greet our officers as well.
Yeah.
Detective, I gotta move. Detective Lewis, thank you so much
sir.
for coming. I appreciate you.
Oh, you have.
Thank you, Marita, for having her come.
Yes,
Yes, we have 1 hour to stay here. We have to move forward very quickly.
yes. Yes, we just received the information. We will
Great.
be in attendance. Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. Yes.
Thank you for coming.
Yep, thank you.
Thank them for the backpack. I'll be quick. Detective Lewis, I just wanted to thank you and Officer Cadenas, as well as my phenomenal staff, for the wonderful job you guys did at the Backpack to School event this year. Thank you so much.
Okay. Moving forward, next up is the Manhattan Borough President's Office.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. You're a little muffled, but we can hear you.
All right. Is this better?
That's good. Thank you, Sean.
All right. First off, welcome back to the new members, returning members. I would love to say that it was a summer vacation for some of us, but I'd be lying because I did not have a summer vacation. I was actually 3 times as busy. So first and foremost, what I want to do is I want to also echo what Yutha just said. I want to give a rousing round of applause to Hakil and Ashley, who held down your district office during the summer. They kept me informed about everything that was going on. So I want to thank them immensely, and that also gave youth a chance to take a vacation, well earned and well needed. So that's where I want to start. Next up, I'm Sean Brandon, the community liaison. I handle CB 9 and 10 for the Honorable Mark Levine, your Manhattan Borough President. I have a few items to bring forth. First and foremost is that season, the Manhattan Borough President Community Board Leadership Training Series season. And that's scheduled to take place Monday, October 20th through Friday, October 24th. And what is that? It is to provide tools, instructions, and best practices for community board members and interested Manhattanites to learn about their local government processes. So, some of the things that are required for current board members is EEO, the Equal Employment Opportunity, COIB, conflicts of interest, and of course, combat implicit bias. So those are 3 required trainings. The series also offers other topics, and some of the presentations this year will include sessions from IBO, archiving and passing on institutional knowledge, emergency readiness, using topography as a tool, and navigating HPD and DOP portals as tools, and also access to the U.S. Census Bureau data. So again, that's going to be from October 20th to October 24th. We'll make sure that the district office has that so you can sign up. Again, the first 3 I listed are required. Next up, the borough president is proud to have directed over $55 million in capital funding across the borough, $15 million for cultural institutions, 14 to support our public schools, $9 million to enhance our parks and libraries, and over $10 million for vital housing and social services. Next up, events. We have 3 upcoming events. We have one tomorrow. We have an LGBTQ plus business summit that will be taking place at John Jay College. That's 524 West 59th Street from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can find that on our website, manhattanbp.nyc.gov. The second event, Youth had mentioned it earlier, which is the African American Day Parade. If you want to walk with us, please, again, go to our website, sign up under the event page. We'll be meeting at 111th Street and Adam Clayton Powell Boulevard. The meeting time will be 12 noon for the shortest, longest parade in America, the African American Day Parade. And lastly, Happy Hispanic Heritage Month. Well, actually, I'm not going to say lastly. I'm going to add a few more things. Happy Hispanic Heritage Month. We have an event taking place on September 25th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's going to take place at the Sugar Hill Children's Museum. Again, that's September 25th. We'll be honoring a few community lights, I'll call them that. So, again, that's on our website. And also, we had an opportunity to attend a number of backpack giveaways, whether it be the Chosen Generation, Pat Martin. I was able to get by the 3-0 precinct, P.O. Stumer. I was able to make it by the West 150th Street Block Association Family Day. I caught the tail end of it, Signe. West 148th Street, Deidre, as well as other things. And I kept running into the board chair at numerous events, including the last event, which was the Bridging the Gap brunch, which was held this past Sunday up at Columbia University, the Interfaith Center. So with that being said, I will give you my information for anyone who wants to contact me. If you can't get me directly, please go to 431 West 125th Street. That's our constituent services office. I also work out of that office as well. But my number is 917-923-3374. That's 917-923-3374. And I'm sorry I can't be with you. As you can see, I am still in my office at 1 Center Street on the 19th floor. So with that being said, I yield back my time, Board Chair.
Thank you, Sean, for that. I see it's cloudy in the background, so I'm not really sure if you're in your office or somewhere hanging out, but I'll take your word for it.
Let me clear it up. See, there we go.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
There we go.
There we go.
All right.
But thank you for all your support through the summer, all the events I've seen you at, and just everything you do for the board. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
I'm taking a vacation in October, so I'll just put that out there.
All righty. Moving forward, we're going to move into public session. Our first speaker,
Okay.
Tiffany Khan. 3 minutes, just remind everybody, it's 3 minutes long.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you all had a great summer, and welcome to new members. So I'm Tiffany Khan, formerly of CV9, and I'm part of the Concerned Citizens for a Better Harlem, as well as the West Harlem Community Preservation Organization. And we're going to be organizing a rally on October 11th. Mark your calendars. I apologize, it's handwritten. This was just decided 24 hours ago. But yes, if you have any questions, I know for some people this is new information. We have a new email address. It's abetter1727@gmail.com. I'd love to see you all there. Thank you.
Thank you,
To run.
Tiffany.
And I have a 5-year-old who needs to be in bed in 30 minutes, so I have to go. Good night. Thanks.
Good night. Okay, next, can we have, I believe the name is Marianne Grill? Am I seeing that correct? Marianne Grill? Oh, okay. Oh, is she here? All right, next. George Bruce Library. All right. Go for it.
Hi, good evening, CV9. I'm Janelle Carter-Bowman, the library manager of George Bruce Library. For our new members, we're located at 518 West 125th Street, just a block down from here. And I just want to announce some of the programs that are back this fall that took a break this summer. So the first one is our fantastic NYPL After School program. So this is a homework help program. No registration is needed for ages 6 through 12. This is for all subject matters. We have a trained lead tutor who also works with the Department of Education. So please let our family members know that from Monday through Thursday, from 3 to 6 p.m., please bring their kids and they'll be able to get quality homework help and extracurricular enrichment activities as well. Oh yes, and also free snacks. So we know our kids are hungry after school, they could come and get free snacks as well. Our next one for teens that's returning is our College and Career Pathways one-on-one counseling. We know how tough it is for our high school counselors. They have hundreds of kids that they have to assist. So this is a great resource for our teens and even our adults that are looking to start their college education or go back to school. It's not just for our teenagers. And these are our trained young adult librarians to discuss any career or college questions that you may have. Even resume building, funding scholarships, and much more. So this will be happening, launching on Thursday, October 2nd at 4 o'clock from 4 to 5. But you can always give us a call or email us at georgebruce@nypl.org, and we can set up a one-on-one appointment with our young adult librarians as well. And my final program for adults that's returning is our Acting and Theater Studies program, now playing, which will be so it's going to be back on the first Saturday of every month at 1 p.m. in our community room. And this class is designed for beginning adult actors seeking experience and feedback. It highlights ways to make your performance more natural and spontaneous. So attendees will work with ensemble building games, script analysis, scene study, and stage production. It's a fantastic program. So we get community members from all over the city that attend. So feel free to come out. And thank you so much and have a wonderful night.
All right, next.
Oh, yes. So we have a library email. It's just George Bruce, all lowercase, no punctuation, at nypl.org. So any general questions, I check it very frequently. You can send any questions you have there.
Any other questions?
Yes, all three of these flyers are right here at the table, yes. Any other questions?
Okay, next.
Thank you.
Sydney, for April.
Good evening, CB9 family. All right, so come bearing good, fun news. This is a good pick-me-up news. So we are finally, the application is in to co-name the street of 138th Street and Amsterdam Avenue after April G. Tyler. But we need your help. So the application is in, and thank you, Solomon and April, for guiding me on all the needs we have. We need to do a petition. So that is my big ask. So we need to get 60% of signatures from the direct block of 138th in Amsterdam there. We're having a big event on Saturday at 12 noon. Join us to go out and do a little canvassing to get signatures for this petition. So it's at and you can do it online as well. Everybody can sign it online, but we do need 60% of the people on the block. So that's going to be the mission for Saturday. Yes, question? Absolutely. So, so I just want to make sure I get that in first. But there actually also, if you hit this QR code, there is a bio of April. But April, of course, was our mentor, our friend, our CB9 colleague for many, many years. And beyond that, she was a fierce advocate for housing, affordable housing, HDFCs, so affordable ownership. She worked in UHAB. She devoted her life to housing issues and making sure that the community's voice was heard in those matters. And she taught me everything I know, as well as many others in this room when it comes to making sure that people's voice are heard. So that's my brief synopsis. But please, I'm going to pass these just down the rows if you want to do the online petition. We're meeting at 12 noon in front of 1580 Amsterdam Avenue. Miss Sylvia, who is April's mother, still lives in that building and hopefully will be able to join us afterwards at Winnie Said for a little drinky poo. Come on, join us for the 12 to 2 and then join us at Winnie Said at 2 for a little drink. Yeah, thank you very much. So yeah, we got to get as many signatures as we can. It's going to be organized. We're going to have maps. We're going to have assign you buildings to go to. So that's it. I think that's it. Yeah,
All
and
right.
then next month the rezo will happen. So.
Very good, thank you. All right, next, can't read the name, but the person who resides at 320 Riverside Drive, I think it's pertaining to Morningside Lights. Okay.
Hi, CB9. My name is Ira Gershenhorn, and I just want to remind you all that the Morningside Lights, oh, this thing messed up. Anyway, Morningside Lights procession is this Saturday. I went last year. It's wonderful. I found out from my wife and Tapashi Nareen, and you should go if you can. Also, exit 12 northbound has been closed for 2.5 months with no date of opening. I think that DOT has given up the ghost on it because, oh boy, Felipe Castillo here has made a recommendation for them to close it permanently, which it should be. And they came back and said, oh, you should be calling Parks, not us. So it may be closed. And besides everything else, it's a good way to access Riverside Park from West Harlem. And you can teach your kids how to bike on it. It's 1.5 miles, and it's totally empty. So, and I don't know if we have Duo Sensec. Anyway, that's it. Bye. Morningside Lights, what about it?
Where?
We met somewhere around 116th Street. And Morningside Park, yeah, because it's like Morningside Drive and Morningside Street. It's very confusing. Pardon me?
Spell your last name.
Gershenhorn. Welcome.
All right. All right. Okay, next, Cameron Clark.
Not the cheeriest information, but I wanted to make sure that I took a little bit of time to update everybody on the Legionnaires hearing that's coming up tomorrow. Ashley just sent out a flyer, so if you're on the email list, you should have gotten it. But the City Council will be having a hearing tomorrow at 10 a.m. on Legionnaires' disease. There are going to be two bills that they're going to be talking about. One is on sort of, a general policy for buildings on Legionnaires' disease. One is on like sort of providing shower hoses for large buildings with cooling towers, something like that. But essentially, like, this is going to be probably the only opportunity for the foreseeable future for us to get like our hearing at the City Council as a community. So, you can testify in person, you can testify online via Zoom, or you can actually just send them an email or with a PDF or like a link or a document of like whatever written testimony you have. So if you or anyone you know in your community has been personally impacted, if you have any concerns, if you have any questions or comments or desires for the way that you'd want the policy on Legionnaire's disease to actually be shaped, because it clearly has not been shaped in a way that has favored our communities. 7 out of the 8 of the past Legionnaire's outbreaks have occurred either right here in Harlem or in the Bronx over the past 10 years. And that's, I don't know if y'all can do quick math, but that is not proportional at all. That is completely unjust. So this is something that needs to be heard. And City Council members are going to be hearing a lot from, city agencies, from department officials, from folks in the Department of Health, who are going to tell them probably a lot of stuff about how they can't do it, how they can't actually, protect people from Legionnaire's disease because they don't have the funding. But what they need to be hearing from is folks from this community about how they need to do it. So I think that's super important that we all, come out here. You don't have to show up in person, but make sure that your voice is heard at some point about this issue. I'll be there. So if you come, say hi. I'll be providing some testimony.
What time again, Cameron?
So that is 10 a.m. is when the testimony starts. These things can go for a while. So if you aren't able to, take off some time, off of work tomorrow, then like you can also always just sign up to testify in person in Zoom, and then just sort of, have a headphone in your ear and wait for them to call your name. And if you can't set aside any time at all, then you can always, just write out some testimony and send that into them, and that's all taken into consideration. Barry.
For those who might not know, like a 30-second synopsis of why our community specifically and why public agencies went in the hot seat, because I know that a number of buildings that were found to be spread were in fact city buildings.
Yeah, so if you have not been caught up, this past outbreak by the time it was declared over by the city, it led to the hospitalization of more than 100 people. It led to more than 7 deaths. In terms of inspections, since 2017, inspections have fallen by more than half. In terms of citations, they've fallen by more than 99% since 2017. I think 9 out of the 10 buildings that had cooling towers that were implicated in the outbreak had not been inspected at all by the city in the past 2 years, or had never been inspected by the city. And these are buildings that are required to be inspected by law. Yeah, and some of these buildings are city-run buildings. So, CUNY was impacted, Harlem Hospital was impacted. A lot of, some healthcare buildings were impacted, and there is really very minimal consequence. We haven't heard a lot about what the consequences for these violations are going to be for some of these buildings. And so, especially for the city-run buildings. Like, that's something where, like, that's unacceptable, that you're going into a hospital. Many people are immunocompromised and are incredibly vulnerable to Legionnaire's disease, and should not be walking into the hospital and unwittingly being exposed to something that could cause, their illness or their death. I'm not aware. What's up? Yeah, so you can send if you write out a testimony, you can send that within 72 hours of the hearing date. I would encourage folks, so that's like 3 days after the hearing, I would encourage folks to send stuff sooner rather than later, because after the hearing, it's very easy to just forget and it falls off your plate. But either way, if you want to sign up to testify, whether that's in person, virtually, or sending something, it's council.nyc.gov. That'll be out in the email. You can just go to council.nyc.gov. You search for the hearing for tomorrow morning. I think it's the only hearing on Friday morning at 10 a.m., but it's the Health Committee hearing. And you just sign up to testify for that hearing, and you can either submit testimony right up there on the website, upload a document. You can email, the link is at the bottom for the email that's associated, or you can sign up to either testify in person or testify via Zoom, and then you should be sent a Zoom link if you testify via Zoom. Not aware. Yeah. I mean, she's introduced it, but we're out of legislative session, so not a lot is happening on the state level, which is why, you know, I'm talking to folks about this city level stuff right now.
To your knowledge, are there still people in the fell off the news anyway? But last we heard there were still people in the hospital. If they are still there, is there any update on their condition? Are they getting better?
You know, that level of detail would be sort of HIPAA protected, so I'm not aware of, like, you know, the exact condition of the folks who, but as far as I can tell, like, at the point at which the city stopped updating, you know, their sort of daily Legionella tally once they declared the outbreak over, but at the point at which they stopped updating it, there were still several people in the hospital, so I would assume that at least a couple of folks are still hospitalized related to this outbreak.
Cameron, can you email me that information?
The information on
The
the hearing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that I sent that to Ashley to go out to everybody in the community board. Yeah,
Okay, great. Thank you, Cameron.
No
All right, Walter, you're up to bat.
all right.
It's not the pale moon. That's the preview.
Where's the hook?
It's coming. The rest of it's coming. I'm glad to pronounce. I'm gonna need the help of John Martin, of Signe and Liz, as well as Barry, on the update of the RKO Theater. Now, I hope that I use the right terminology. Is there an owner of the theater now? Okay, good, very good. So there's a new owner. Their plans now have been made for residences as well as restoring the theater. Oh, she's shaking her head. Not.
Same owner.
Oh, really? I thought he sold it. Oh. Okay. It's the same owner. Okay. So there's been movement. We met in July to show what they plan to do. I haven't met with them since. I sent out an email last week to see if we can get another meeting to see what's progressed so far. There's some people on this committee and this audience who expressed interest to be part of it. I still have those emails, but right now we're going to concentrate on the folks that are part of that committee so we can get this rolling. At least it's good news. It's been sitting there for eons, so it's time to get that stuff rolling and get the ball rolling. So I love good news. So this is good news, and we hopefully should have some more good news in the coming future. That's it.
Thank you, Walter. That's it for our public session. We're now going to take presentations from elected officials. First, I guess up to bat would be Gabriella from Abreu's office, Council Member Abreu's office. There you go. Good evening.
Good evening. Hi, everyone. Nice to see some new faces. I hope you all had a wonderful summer. I'm Gabriela Carela, District Director for Councilmember Sean Abreu. We are located at 500 West 141st Street, our district office, where we handle constituent services. I just want to touch on a couple of upcoming events in the district. So I have this Saturday from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m., there will be the Common Ground Festival in Morningside Park with all sorts of activities and stands. We also have the Jacob Schiff. There's also going to be a family fun day at the Jacob Schiff Playground from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. That's West 138th Street in Amsterdam, followed by a screening of the Disney movie Soul, which will start at around 7 p.m. On Sunday from 10 to 2 p.m., there will be a free e-waste recycling event on Amsterdam and West 110th Street. Next weekend, on Saturday the 27th, from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m., the Bowen Center will be having a community health fair at the Denny Fairwell Riverbank State Park. There will be free shuttles from 520 West 135th Street to the location. And lastly, that Sunday the 28th, there will be a pet adoption festival from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Broadway and West 103rd Street. That's actually not lastly, because I did add sort of at the end there that we've added a mammogram event to our schedule for October 24th. So if there are any women over the age of 40 years old who would like to have, or who maybe need to have a mammogram and haven't been able to schedule one, the mammogram mobile bus will be at the district office on the 24th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. I did check our list, and there have been a couple people who have already registered. So I do encourage anyone who's interested to either email district7@council.nyc.gov or call our phone number 212-928-6814. I'm not sure if some of you heard, but we also had some phone technical issues where our phone lines were down for about 2 days, but they are back up and running. That's it from me. Thanks again, everyone. And I look forward to a new positive year. Thank you.
Thank you, Gabriella. Next, Sarah Goliath from Yusef, Council Member Yusef Salam's office.
Hi, good night, everyone. My name is Sarah Goliath. I'm the council member's executive assistant. I just want to bring greetings from his office and a couple updates for you guys. We're back after the summer. Firstly, the council member voted to override the mayor's veto of the vendors bill, supporting legislation that expands opportunities for street vendors while also ensuring balance on Harlem streets for all our small businesses and residents. The override decriminalizes, thank you. The override decriminalizes street vending while still providing the ability for offenders to receive summonses. Secondly, one of the other speakers did a very good job at explaining this, but I also want to mention that tomorrow morning, September 19th at 10 a.m., the City Council will be holding a hearing with DOHMH on legislation to strengthen oversight and prevention measures so this type of outbreak does not happen again. We encourage residents to attend the following hearing. That's the Legionnaires hearing tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Lastly, this month and next month, Harlem will recognize two important leaders with street co-namings. First is Edward Plummer on September 20th on the southwest corner of 114th Street and Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard at 2 p.m. And the second is Bill Perkins Way on October 4th at 110th and 5th Avenue at 12:30 p.m. Lastly, this one is lastly, please note October 30th is the final deadline to submit applications for new co-namings for this year. And our office can help you guide you through that process if you need. So thank you all for letting me share that tonight. Yeah.
All right. All right. Last but not least, Jaime Perez from Assembly Member Micaiah Lasher's office. Oh, hello. You're in the flesh.
Good evening, everyone. Buenas tardes. My name is Jaime Manuel Perez. I am the new Community Engagement Specialist for Assembly Member Michael Lasher, and I'm super excited to be here on his behalf. Just wanted to share some updates over the summer. We had a very exciting summer in Assembly District 69. First and foremost, we want to thank everyone who contributed to our quality of life survey that was sent out alongside our newsletter. Over 33% of people reported that e-bikes are their #1 concern, followed by complaints about disorderly conduct, homeless encampments, and noise in the district. One of the things that I was tasked to do since I started was making sure that we can rake through all of that data, see what are the top priorities for our district, and more than anything, make sure that we are submitting any reports that have to be submitted, bugging any agencies that need to be bugged, and making sure that we can get some action on some of these issue areas. Additionally, over the summer, our office interns walked every block in the Assembly District and tracked each noticeable piece of graffiti, anything bigger than about 1 foot. There were 140 instances of graffiti, and the highest concentrations on Broadway were on Broadway and Amsterdam, and on small business storefronts. And I want to clarify that oftentimes I think with these initiatives, people mistake our beautiful murals in West Harlem and in our district as graffiti. So we made it very clear that that is not graffiti and that we need to continue to preserve and foster that kind of art in our community. So we have submitted all of these instances of graffiti to 311, and additionally, we reached an agreement with 311 where we will they will contact the building owners of each case, and if they do not hear back within 5 days, the city themselves will automatically remove the graffiti within 35 days, or so they've said, right? We'll make sure to keep applying pressure to make sure that that happens. And you know, more than anything, I think that I want to announce that our office is back and open for business. We were closed for renovations throughout the summer. We are at 245 West 104th Street, and I can give you our phone number. I should have this memorized by now. Our phone number is 212-866-3970. But I want to take a page out of Detective Lewis's book and also provide my personal phone number. Being a community engagement specialist, I want people to be able to engage with me. My phone number is 623-219-7069. Again, my name is Jaime Manuel Perez. Happy Hispanic Heritage Month, y'all. Super exciting month for me. And thank you so much to the community board for having us here tonight. We look forward to our continued collaboration.
All right, that was our last presenter from the elects, and we will move on to the rest of the agenda.
So next up is our action items. We have two this evening. Ratification letter of support is coming out of Health and Environment.
Thank you, Chair. Actually, these two, one a letter of support and the other a resolution in reference to Legionella situation, were voted on in August, primarily because Community Board 9 was involved with CB9 orchestrating actually a town hall with Senator Claire. And so we got this out, and it was also a very trying time, and we know that we needed to act on it because of the buildings in our area. So dealing with the first, Ibrea Foundation, we met Ibrea Foundation actually through the Youth Education and Libraries Committee, and they participated in our first public health forum. They needed a letter that for a grant that they were going for, that they found out kind of at the last minute, due on August 16th. We were able to get their information, come up with a letter of support, and they've been a wonderful organization, working with young people and really educating them on the function and workings of the human brain, and that has helped them quite a bit, especially as it relates to mental health issues. So tonight is for ratification because it was already voted on in executive. So. You know, they have. I know that they're very active in our district, but I didn't know where they were located, Barry. Okay. So there is. Thank you very much.
Motion for unanimous consent is on the floor. I heard a second as well. Walter was the first, and the second was? It was Pat.
Was it Pat? Yes.
Oh,
Patricia
Pat Colwell, yes,
Caldwell.
Patricia Colwell. All righty, any abstentions, any? Nope, seeing none, passes. Thank you.
Fantastic.
That's a very
Okay.
important one, thank you so much.
And then the second one, you heard Cameron's presentation on the city council hearing tomorrow related to Legionnaire's disease, but also he had been very, very active in the community working on environmental issues, and Legionella was one. And so when the cooling tower issue came up, we had drafted something, and actually Yutha had started a draft because she had been in meetings in the district, because as you recall, the whole Legionnaire issue was prominent. So Cameron doctored it, I did one or two things with it, and we have a resolution that, again, was approved by the executive committee on August 15th. So you've heard so much about it now, and tonight, instead of having an inspection every 90 days, we 60 days. That's one of the key things. Building owners will be required to file proof of inspection. That's really important that we get the building owners involved with this. But when we did this, we didn't know how involved the city of New York was as a major culprit. So there may have to be some, amending to this, but, we stand by it. It's still a good resolution.
I would second the motion.
Thank you, Ted. We have a question on the floor. Pat Colwell. No.
Yeah, we mentioned New York's Health and Harlem. Well, it's in your packet, and in addition to that, we made it as strong as we could, and at the time, we didn't have the information that the city itself was a major culprit, but I think that if there's something you want to add to this or add on, but we do mention building owners must be required to remediate positive tests of greater than 1,000 CFUs within 1 working day, and positive tests are greater than. There may be some things, very frankly, as it pertains to the city itself, since it's the governing body that we, Cameron.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we could definitely, if folks would be cool for like a floor amendment.
Friendly amendment.
Friendly amendment, I think we could definitely put in, because I think all of these stipulations in the resolution should apply to city buildings, but we could stipulate that they, like city-owned property is not exempted from any of their requirements in the resolution. So I think I would be happy to take that if that were friendly.
And what might come a little close to that, but again, an amendment, if you have something, would add, we could. Yeah, we do say that here, the city shall mandate, but we need to probably add in city buildings as well.
I wouldn't have any issue with this.
You want to?
What's up?
She's coming up with some language. What did you say, Pat?
I mean, I can add, be it further resolved that the Department of Building every 60 days should furnish a report on the status of
Its buildings and all buildings.
or positive cases of Legionnaires' disease, city-owned buildings, and then at the bottom you can have, be it further resolved that, nothing in this resolution shall exclude city-owned buildings or property from.
That sounds good. That
Sounds
sounds very
good.
good.
With the friendly amendment. We have for the record, Walter and Lydia. Okay, just want to make sure we have that.
And that is it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, renewal of liquor licenses. UST? Salman.
Good evening, all. Good evening.
Good evening.
We're on action item number 3. This is a renewal liquor license application for the Shake Shack. This is on 116th Street, on the corner of 116th Street and Broadway. This is something the committee went over, passed through the committee. There were no outstanding issues with the NYPD 26th precinct, and there were no open violations on any with regards to SLA or with DOB. With DOB. Do you want me to go through all of them at once, or do you want to go one by one, Chair?
We didn't have any problems with them at all, correct?
We don't have any problems with any of them, but
Okay.
I didn't know if you want to separate the liquor licenses
Yeah,
versus
so
the
let's-
dining out applications.
First one was Shake Shack, right?
The
So
first
let's
one was
do-
Shake Shack. The number 4, the beer run, that's on 3604 Broadway. That's on between 148th and 149th. This is just a principal change. If a principal of an establishment or an owner changes, even if there may be multiple owners, but if something changes, they have to notify the board of the change, and that's what this alteration is.
So we can do these two together and then we'll go?
We can do these two together.
Sure.
yes.
One abstain.
Jason and Caldwell abstain.
Yes, noted for the record, please. Unanimous consent, and it was been second, so it passes. Thank you. What?
The name change is Bar Fiasco.
Okay,
And then she said it was great.
all right.
That was number 4.
4.
Bar Fiasco.
So dining out applications?
Yeah, dining out applications. These are establishments in our district that either have what's called a sidewalk cafe or what's called a roadway cafe. A roadway cafe is when there are tables or seating in the actual street itself. So Harlem Public is one of these locations that have both a sidewalk cafe and a roadway cafe. Mofongo de Valle, you should see number 6 there, 135th and Broadway, they have a sidewalk cafe. The Craftsman, which is just south of here, it's at 3155 Broadway between LaSalle and Tiemann Place. They have a sidewalk cafe. Clove Indian Restaurant on 139th Street in Amsterdam, they have a sidewalk cafe. And Kurakuma Coffee on 121 LaSalle, that's right off of Broadway, they have a sidewalk cafe. So those 5 establishments have applied for these dining out applications. Those are through DOT, so they have to meet certain requirements to apply for that. We reviewed those applications. They all went through committee and through exec board.
Can I ask a question? And that is with regard to the one that is in the street.
Harlem Public, yes.
Yes, could you be more specific?
So Harlem Public is on 149th Street. They're right on the corner of 149th and Broadway. They have seating on both the street and on, I think it takes about two to 4 parking spaces on the corner of Broadway.
Okay, I will not be able to support that.
Okay. Yes, Ted, they have had that roadway cafe since, I think 2021. They've had that.
I know.
Okay, that's fine.
We have to take a vote then.
Yeah, we'll have to take a vote on, that's just number 5, Harlem Public. Is everything else unanimous?
Yes, everything else is fine.
Okay, so do a roll call vote for this one item, Harlem Public. There you go. Walter Alexander? Yes. April Adams? Trisha Caldwell?
Cameron Clark? Felipe Castillo? Vanessa Kaufman?
Yeah. 2. Okay.
Gretchen Holland?
Keneally.
Yes. Okay. Enthusiastically. Oh, enthusiastically, got it. Okay. Marita Dunn? Yes. Elizabeth Eastman?
Yes.
Victor Everett?
Yes.
Charlotte?
She's not here.
Lydia Gerson? Yes. John Martin Green? Michael Gross?
Yes.
Tony Garden Cordero? Yes. Laquita Henry? Yes. Heather Jason? Heather, I cannot hear you.
We're only doing Harlem Public right now, Heather.
They're together for Harlem Public, they're together.
Chris Johnson?
Yes.
Patricia Walter,
Watler.
Watler? Johnson, abstain, okay. And, Ted Kokomo?
Negative.
Hey, Christina Marie Lopez? Yes. Rhea McDonald? Yes. Deirdre McIntosh Brown? Yes. Clotilde Wambuya?
She abstains.
Lena Nicole Nachamish? Yes. Said yes? Yes. Thank you. Solomon Prophet?
Yes.
Teresa Torreco? Oh. Okay. Denara Ramirez? David Ratner? Latine Sarsi?
Yes.
Veronica Savage? Yes. Jordan Shear? Enthusiastic, yes. Shante Styles? Shante? Messina Waring?
Yes.
Shanika Wilson?
Enthusiastically, yes? Third.
And Alana, is Alana still on?
Yes, I vote yes.
Anyway.
Alana is presently at the bar now, I see.
I wish. I wish.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6,
Save us a seat.
7, 8. I have 23 yes.
23 yes.
How many?
23 yes.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, abstain, 6, 7, 8, 8. Okay, and 8 abstain.
8 abstentions.
And do we have no's? I know.
2 no's.
2 no's. Okay.
Actually, I don't see the second no. Who's the second no? I had Ted, but who Oh. She said abstain.
Right, you changed it.
So I think it's only one, I only have one no.
Okay.
Several people abstained.
Right.
So 23 yeses, 1 no, 8 abstentions, correct? So
That's what I count.
passes. Thank you. All right,
I'm done. Thank you.
you're done. Okay, thank you.
That was it?
That was it. Anything else on the agenda I might have missed? Which one? 629.
Those are the dining applications. Those are all sidewalk cafes. Mofongo de Valle, number 6, 135th and Broadway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Didn't we vote? Yeah, that was unanimous consent, yeah. Right, thank you. That's why we went back. So, any other comments, questions? I have one final notice regarding the Legionnaire's disease. I spoke with the chair of Board 10, and we're looking at doing a vigil for the people who passed away from Legionnaire's disease to make sure that their names are recognized by the city and by the family and by the communities. So we will keep you posted on that. Like I said, working with Board 10's chair on that. So I'll let you know how exactly we're going to do that, working with Laquita and the Health Committee. And thank you for that suggestion. That was great. And our former board member, Edwin Torres, also was one of the brainchilds behind that. So thank you, Edwin, wherever you are. A motion to adjourn at not 8:47.
Board members, don't
8:47.
forget to turn in your voting sheet. Your voting sheet. Ashley's collecting them at the table, the voting sheets. Don't forget to sign them.